It would help if I plugged the microphone into the right input on the Snake. Makes all the difference in the world. You know, small details like making sure your camera has an SD card in it. I know you do. But at a certain point, you can't hold everybody's hand. And to be fair, it did, not having an SD card in prevented someone from tampering with it and leaving, 5 minutes of B footage of a second shot of a live take. So, as much fun as it would have been for me to... Mic check. Yep, good. Fantastic. Excellent. Andy, I'm digging the shirt.
Thank you. So I wear Hawaiian shirts on Wednesdays. It's kind of my thing.
That's right. We are back to that tradition now, aren't we?
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Mic check, 1, 2. Yep, wonderful. Bye, Channel 10. All right. Everyone good over here? Steve, you good? Mic check. Check 1, 2. Okay, fantastic. Excellent.
Ball on the 17, third and 4. Ball on the 17, third and 4. Next group on deck.
Tony, I listened to about 40 minutes last night. I got tired of it. NCAA bylaws.
Pass incomplete. We got next group up. Next group up. We got ball on the 20. We got ball on the 18. got ball on the 17. We got 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. Got next group on deck. 3rd and 5.
That's the next huge. That's next week. That's the next week, but him and Drake this week. Let's see. Drake is just been middleweight champion from the day. Nice now.
Passing complete. We got next group up. Next group up.
Well, I watch. I usually watch it on. I usually stream it. Yeah.
Got ball on the 20.
I think I can afford to go out to a bar.
That's incomplete. We got ball on the 18. We got ball on the 18.
Well, Oregon's gonna be just like they should have a really high roster this year.
Week 3 starts a stretch of 3 consecutive games.
We got ball on the 17. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they go 9-3 and should be in the playoff.
This one I didn't realize was.
Third and 6.
Top 10 team. Tennessee wasn't top 5.
on the 6. We got ball on the 6. 3rd and goal, ball on the 6. 3rd and goal, ball on the 6.
Rushmore, that's the 4 right there.
We got next group up. Next group up. We got ball on the 10. Ball on the 10.
I just saw that on Twitter last night.
Don't leave him hanging. We'd already had that game. We'd always go back and watch stuff. What did we miss?
Who were we playing?
We got ball on the 9.
Did Mark May play in that? Boston and Wiley. That's right. Wiley scored the first 3 times he touched the ball. Boston.
Whatever the largest victory was, we get back to South Africa. And then have to change it up to 2 games. It's literally that close.
We got ball on the 8. Pass incomplete. We got ball on the 7.
Did it just like pop up and say like no more I had that happen to me one time 2.5 years ago in the middle of the season. Yeah. Just because we've been doing
got ball on the 4, third and goal. Third and goal, ball on the 4.
I think I'm going to try to come between the 14th and the 18th. Well, they're both like, when are you coming? When are you coming? Well, and is that coming today?
There we go. We got 2-point play situation. We got ball on the 3. 2-point play right middle. 2-point play right middle.
All right, I'll let you go.
Two's up on the left pass. Two's up on the left pass. This is live. This is live. This is live. Live minus the quarterback. Live minus the quarterback. Offense, if you're not in, you're on the sideline. Everybody on the sideline. We are live minus the quarterback. One's up. One's up. Right middle. Right middle.
Oh, no, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that.
This is thud. This is thud. Thud. Two's up. Two's up. Left middle. Left middle.
No, that's information.
This is live. This is live minus the quarterback. This is live minus the quarterback, K-Mac.
Except for actually,
Up on
coming to me.
tell us something we can't see. I did. Yeah, he lowered it.
See if you have an advantage because you can actually. I'm thinking, okay.
Yeah, I got in good early. I did this thing. He said, she's the best. Wakefield.
Okay.
And I said, I would love to do a piece with you.
I think I hate skull shots more than I hate
All this stuff. And then when we got out there, I looked at it and I said,
all this was.
just don't do anything crazy. Because if you get hurt, I'm a dead.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't talked to him about this before. It's just, I talked to Shelly.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got and then she's
You get hurt.
yeah. I didn't. Now we were shooting this thing with, I think Clay Hall.
What'd you end up shooting?
But he literally, like, the stuff aired at 2 the station. And he said, I want that stuff on my iPad today. And they're like, we can get that sent out.
Well, that was like, he was going to make the,
Something.
Derek Woodson. Yeah. He was going to make the opening three of the last one.
Yeah, I was looking for that. Right, I mean, they're hot. So when I met everybody, he's given me this.
They've added 12 teams in high school.
All he had to do,
Jerry goes, Coach, you know Clay. He just wanted to, get a few.
Got a few guys.
Kirby goes, Jerry, you know,
There's this Tuesday got interviewed.
and I said,
Ace has it, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, so you got 6 minutes? He said, you got 6 minutes. Go. So, at one point,
They don't have a
I knew he was a big family guy. Yes.
Marquette.
He goes, where's your stat? Somehow.
I see what you're doing there. You're posing. Tim, hey, you're posing.
Yeah. I did have. I only seen what? No success. Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Dylan played. You all played leagues 2 days ago. I hate that. Yeah, I had a
whatever.
birdie on the first 4 holes.
And I'm like,
Hey, folks, we're going to get 3. We're going to get Sonny, we're going to get Arvell, and we're going to get Peyton, and we're going to get James.
What about Riley Pettigrew?
Nope.
Petty.
Folks, we have
Peyton, a couple years now of being here, you've heard over and over about a safety-driven defense at Ohio State. Do you feel like this linebacker room is changing that?
I mean,
I want you to be arrogant here.
I feel like in our defense, like as linebackers, we always kind of wanted it to be a linebacker-driven defense, and I felt like it was last year. Maybe the media doesn't seem like that, but that's always our mentality. I feel like we got more tools this year to do that, but I think I'm just excited for this year. I think everyone's locked in and ready to go, and no matter what their spot is on the field, they're ready to play and play physical.
How has Matt Patricia's philosophy changed what you guys are doing? Obviously, he's known as a little bit more of a linebacker guy than Coach Knowles was. What has it meant for you as a group?
It's been a lot. I mean, like we've really gotten to open up our, like, talents. You got guys who can do different things, like specific players that are good at specific things. And Coach Patricia said, like, if you're good at something, find a way on the field, and the scheme will help you do that. And just stuff like that. Like, if you're making plays, you're going to play out on the field, no matter what it is. It's not just like you have like one job. Like there's plenty of things you get to do out on the field, and just use your talents. And
What are your jobs?
Stop the run and make plays. I would say that's every linebacker's job.
Oh, so it is just one job.
No, it's not just one job. That's all our job. Stop the run, go make plays. Don't let the defense or offense score. So yeah.
How do you feel like your skill set complements Sonny and Arvell?
Them open up and do whatever they want to do, and this fall camp I've gotten to do a lot of different things, and we're all playing different spots and stuff, and I'm just real excited for this season.
How much easier does that make your job?
It is it makes mine a little bit easier, because I know, like, oh, he'll take, he's got this guy covered, he's got this guy. They get to do all the fun stuff, which is sometimes it's a little boring for me, but if they're making plays and I'm doing my job, at the end of the day, that's what's best for the defense. But vice versa, like, I've gotten to make some plays and stuff like that. It's just we complement each other well, and they're massive human beings, so they know how to get downhill, and so it's fun learning and competing with them every day. They're two really good linebackers, so I'm always trying to do my best to do better than them, and same with them and me.
What do you feel like you've been able to do, kind of carve out a role for yourself alongside them?
It just started off with competing with the other two guys. I feel like I've made a statement on who I am and how I fit this defense, and I'm just trying to build off that and keep playing. And my goal is to be better than the other two guys, and not let any of the younger guys be better than me. And their goal is the exact same thing, and it just builds competition, and we're just like getting better every day. And there's obviously some stuff, we've all messed up and stuff, but we're getting better every day and just learning.
You're obviously from Texas, so how exciting is it for you to get to play Texas week 1?
It's pretty exciting, yeah. We're gonna have a lot of family members there. A lot of people will be there. I'm pretty excited. Got all my buddies back home all texting me every day, so yeah, we're pretty pumped.
Are a lot of them Texas fans?
Some of them are. I got, like, some of my closest friends go to Texas, so but they're going for Ohio State, don't worry. So yeah, it's been a lot of horns down emojis recently, but yeah, they're excited. He's really stepped up as our, like, leader of the defense. I mean, he's being in his room, I really get to see how he operates every day. Like, he doesn't take a single rep off. He's not just like the most vocal leader, but he's also, like, he leads by example. Like, he is one of the biggest, fastest, strongest dudes we have, but he's also the hardest working dude we have. Like, he's never skipping out on recovery, watching film, literally everything. He's he represents what a Buckeye football player should be, and just learning from him every day, it's helped me a ton. Just everything. I mean, he's pretty athletic. He knows what he's doing too. He's a savvy football player, and so it's good having him in the locker right next to me, and us just talking ball every day, and how he could have done this better and I could have done this better. It's just making each other better, and we're having fun out there and flying around. mean, it's awesome having him because like he really does understand it. I would say he understands it more than most guys. Like he was a captain and All-American here, and you know, like the stuff even he's doing today. Like every day he'll show some sort of, you know, we're going through camp every day, and he's posting a picture of every All-American linebacker we've had, and we got to learn about them. Like not just the brotherhood we have here, but the past brotherhood. So we learn new All-American linebacker every week, and we got to learn what he did for the Buckeyes and what he did in the league and stuff like that. And so I think it's helped a lot. And then, you know, he's having the young guys learn the fight song and pop quizzing them and stuff. So it's great. We're having a lot of fun in the linebacker room. It helps a ton because I mean, like when you walk in the linebacker room, you just, like when I walked in, I was like, man, this brotherhood is, you know, real. Like, and I have older guys helping me when I got here because we had a pretty old team last year, and they brought me in, and I came in on a boot. And you know, I didn't know how it was gonna go, and they were all cheering me on, even though like I was hurt in the weight room. I'm getting cheered on in competitions and stuff like that, and guys like they know your name, and you know, really, it's helped a lot. And so I think like this past year has really helped me, you know, bring in the young guys and you know, help with them and stuff like that. We're super tight as a linebacker unit, and so it's been great.
Who's this week's All-American?
This week's All-American we had today was Pepper Johnson. So number 98, he was a baller. So we've had one every day. Like we've had different guys. So we had Spielman yesterday. So it's just someone new every day, and it's fun because you get to hear. Yeah, Laurinaitis has a lot of stories about them, which is some funny stories too. He hasn't posted his yet. No, eventually I think he will. So we'll see. I think all of them. There's so many that have come through here, and I think it helps. Like, there's a standard. Like, if you play linebacker here, like the goal should be the best linebacker unit in the country, across the board, and have the best linebackers. And so I think that's really set a standard for us.
Hey, does it matter to you as a player you're getting instruction though from a guy who's been there, done that? I mean, at the highest level, how much does that enhance what he's doing?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it validates a lot of stuff he says, and I think that's one of the main reasons I liked him so much, is that he's not only our personal relationship is great, but like he knows everything about the game, and I'm learning so much every single day. And like you can't find a coach who doesn't know more about linebacker than he does, and he's been through every situation. He knows, you know, when the offense does this play, what's hard for the linebacker on that play, and he understands it, and you know, finds ways to help us, you know, get through those plays and stuff like that.
What did it mean to be an Iron Buckeye?
It meant a lot. I feel like it was one of my biggest accomplishments in my life up to now. Obviously, I think the goal one day is to be a captain here, but I feel like, you know, being an Iron Buckeye, having a big off season and getting bigger and stronger, I think it just meant a lot because our teammates vote on it too. And so just knowing that, like, every day when we do those one-on-one competitions and leading guys, people are noticing that I was giving everything I had. So it meant a lot to have Coach Mick and all them choose me to be an Iron Buckeye.
When kind of this offseason did you start, you know, kind of visualizing some goals that you had, and was that one of them?
Yeah, I mean, I think right off the bat, right when the last season ended, you know, my goal was to be a starter, an Iron Buckeye, and just taking steps every day. And we read a book, Chop Wood, Carry Water, and it's a lot about living in the present. And so I think that's helped all of us a ton, is like, what can we do today to be our very best? And so I think that's what's helped me a lot. And, I mean, I still got a long way to go. So, I mean, we still got to play Texas. So.
Are you just being you?
Last question.
You did that? I mean, you know what I mean? Were you getting reward for kind of just being you? Is that your work ethic anyway?
Yeah, I mean, my parents have instilled a, you know, strong work ethic in me, and you know, not backing down from any situations and stuff like that. And so I think just going in, you know, leading and giving everything I got every day is just, you know, how it happened, I guess.
Peyton, thank you very much.
The what?
He was talking about, Peyton was telling us about all these linebackers you keep showing on the screen. And
Oh yeah, I'm trying to. You have so many meetings, so it's like every day what I'm trying to do is take them through every All-American linebacker that we've had, starting with Ike Kelly. Because it dawned on me last year, like Ike Kelly still comes to like the captain's dinner. So it's like he could be walking around and our guys have no, like when you're playing, you're like, there's just a bunch of old dudes that are here and you don't really realize it when you're young. Like when you become a junior and a senior, you start to have an appreciation. Coach Tressel always taught us the history of this place. And so I'm like, we have a lot of guys who are from out of state, and even the in-state guys, they're just young. We did a little Mount Rushmore of Ohio State yesterday, and Edric Houston came and asked me the Mount Rushmore. I'm like, gosh. And when I mentioned Randy Gradishar, he like never heard the name, and I'm like, they're just young. Like it's not even, you know what I mean? It's not they don't care. They just don't know. So anyway, we started with Ike, and then we've gone Randy and Tom and Spiels, and we hit Pepper today, and yeah. I will definitely skip over myself, though. That's 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
You know that one.
I don't know if they know that one, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Sometimes I just got to remind them. He's playing so fast right now. I think, when he was young, trying to teach him just the scheme and everything about college football, it was a lot. It was overwhelming. You had to kind of pare it down. And now it's like he has this ability to, not only his ability to diagnose, I think that's why I always fought for him to stay at linebacker. Because if you remember freshman year, we had some injuries with Amari Abor, and then all of a sudden Veli went to DN, and I kept pounding the table, just even as a GA, like he can see it as a linebacker. He's got to play off the ball. He's too freakish not to, like, he can see the game well. And I'm like, if we keep putting him on the edge, then you lose that vision of seeing the game in the middle of the field. You see it all from like this way. And so I'm glad we got him back. And then I pounded the table for Sonny to move the linebacker. But I think his diagnosing ability has just sped up, and now he can come off the field and he knows exactly what he did wrong on a play or what he did right and how he could change it the next time. And I think that's just growth. And I told him, like, he's not a very vocal guy, but I'm like, your play speaks volume. So like your way of leadership can just be with how hard you play. Like everyone around you can like just catch that leadership by how hard you're going and be inspired by that. Like you don't have to be Cody. You don't have to be Sonny. Like everyone's different in how they lead. Just be authentically you.
You said too freakish to keep out of the linebacker room. What were those freakish traits that stood out about him?
Oh, it's just physical. It's violence. It's violence at the point of attack and his ability to run. Violence and ability to run. Like it's, he can do a lot of different things that, you dream of when you get to the linebacker position.
He played a lot last year as a role player. How different does he kind of carry himself this year?
I think he has a lot more confidence. Him and Sonny and Peyton, all three of those guys have a great rapport together. I really feel like, all three of them, I view all three as starters. Whether we're three backers or two backers, I think they're all just starters and they're pushing each other in that way. But I think he's just confident. And I think, Coach Patricia loves him, believes in him deeply, which I think has helped boost his confidence as well. And, I think if you talk to many people on our D staff about Arvell in general, they probably would all use the word freak to describe him.
Has there been any experimentation moving him around, maybe putting him on the edge in some odd fronts, maybe some stuff like that?
For right now, early in camp, we're kind of keeping things, we're trying to get really good at the fundamentals, but Arvell has, the ability to cut it loose. So I think that's when you describe freak, like I think he's almost one of those guys that's positionless, like he can work at multiple different spots. Now, a lot of that might come down to game planning, but he definitely has the talent level to do multiple things for us.
How much does Peyton unlock? How much does Peyton and his development kind of unlock what you guys can do in that linebacker room?
Well, a lot, because Peyton, you just feel him every single practice. Like he is downhill. You can sense that wrestling background. That's why I loved it when we recruited him. I first developed my relationship with Peyton when I was at Notre Dame, trying to get him to go there. And then when I came over here, it was like one of the first phone calls I made was to Peyton, and to make sure that we were kind of getting on that recruiting train. And then we ended up getting him. He's downhill. He's physical. He has this tough guy leadership qualities that's similar to Tommy. And it's just like, when that ball is run between the tackles that he's going to go down there and just, like, you'd be surprised if he got through a practice without chips off of his face mask, And obviously that's the way that I think the LB position should be played.
Where is he in relation to Arvell as that third guy last year and Cody the 2 years prior to that?
I see those three as like they're all just right here. Sonny, Arvell, and Peyton are all right here. So I think having those three to be able to throw in them at any given time to keep everybody fresh as the game goes on. And Coach Patricia has, given, he don't really care. It's like you're in charge of the rotation and let it roll. So, and that could be fluid. Like I tell the guys all the time, like when you're at Ohio State, man, your locker is rented. Like you don't own anything. Like it's rented. These numbers are rented. Outside of like the GOATs who are players, Heisman's and Bill, like those numbers are all rented. There's always going to be a number 33. There's always going to be another, 20. Like, so same thing with like you can have to go out in the field with Arvell and Sonny, and next thing you know, if like the week of practice doesn't show focus and dedication and improvement, then it could be Peyton and whoever. Like it's all fluid. Like that is not concrete. I said the depth chart's never concrete. It's always moving. So it's all about their play and practice. Yeah, I think Riley has proven, obviously getting your black stripe off is a big deal, but Riley has shown really a tremendous growth, even from the spring. Like you saw the traits and stuff, but just mentally, I think he's studying better. I think he's starting to kind of get a feel for how things are done, got to improve on. He's young. You have to take that in consideration, being a true freshman, but I expect, to see Riley on the field in some form or fashion, whether it's special teams or whatever it is, week one.
Who else has proven they can play for you, James?
I mean, Stove had a great day. I felt like Stove had a good day today. I think TJ is going to be a really good football player. Eli has shown flashes. So, I really love my room, honestly. You got to keep challenging the young guys of what we call like a yellow practice, then green. Like this is a big week of movement because it's physical and, these are more mental days. You got to really just take it period by period because you can look up and be like, oh my gosh, we have this many plays to do today, and you'll be defeated by it. You really got to take it like, what am I going to do on these 4 plays that I got? Go rest. Think about the next 4.
With those guys being at the top of the depth chart the way they are, what do you want to see from TJ and Eli to tell you that they can make a contribution to that from special teams or whatever you guys might do?
Man, you got to be locked in mentally. That all starts with like, where do I line? I tell the guys all the time in the linebacker room, like, where do I line? What's my assignment? What are the adjustments that can come with this assignment? And if you know those threes like the back of your hand, well, now you can anticipate and play fast. So if you're out there and you're like, well, where do I align? You don't even know what formation the offense is in. Like, you're clueless. But if you know exactly where I align, oh, that tight end's off, he's looking back, he's about the motion. Hey, alert, we got to slide the front of the motion. You slide, now the rotation changes. Now I can look at this tackle setting back, or is he flat? Is it run past? Boom, set hut. But if you're out there like, where do I even put my eyes? Set hut, like you'll just be frozen. So like it all starts with the young guys right away. Like mentally, are you engaged? No mental errors. Can't play with mental errors. And then from there, it's just physicality and violence. And that's going to be everybody. Now, the older guys, you obviously expect no mental errors. Young guys, they're going to have some.
A couple more questions.
With Riley, I know that you don't put like individual expectations on guys, but for where you want your freshman linebackers to be on August 2nd or whatever, is Riley ahead of where you kind of think a baseline freshman linebacker should be?
I'm trying to think. I'm still very young in this, so I'm trying to think of like, yeah, I don't know. Every player is just so different. So that's a hard question to answer. I've been very impressed with him. I think physically, he's shown that he, belongs and is ready for college football. Is he further along or not? Peyton was really had a glimpses last year in camp. I feel like if Peyton had a whole spring of last year going into fall camp, it would have been different. So that's really he's my only. Him and Stove are my only guys that I'm trying to judge off of. But I've just been impressed with Riley. I'm not going to say whether he's further or less along.
James, you've been around 5 or 6 months now with Matt. Has
there been anything that surprised you about working with him?
No, I mean, he's so smart. And the blessing that I had was that when I worked for Al Golden at Notre Dame, Al worked with Matt at Detroit. So some of what Al did was what Matt does, and you mix that in with what Jim did, and now there's so much that we did well last year. And so anything that has been new or added, like some of the terms, like, oh, I've spoken that language before, But I've known Matt since he worked me out when he was with the Patriots. Must have been a bad workout because he didn't draft me. But I think he's just so smart, and the way he sees the game, and he's really helped our players as they get lined up and they identify what's the offense telling you when they line up. Like, don't just go out there. Like, they're telling you a story every single play, and a lot of times they motion and shift the window dress, the same formations and the same routes and the same runs. But one tight end's tight, the other one's deep and tucked in. Oh, hey, alert, pull, power. Like, call those things out. And I think he's helped with, like, the football intelligence with some of the young guys on our team kind of play the game within the game.
What do you remember from getting ready?
All having been in the league at a high level, have you seen that kind of like filter down? I mean, from an awareness standpoint of where y'all can get to, if you follow my drift there.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we have a really strong staff in general across the board. But like when you talk about Larry, and obviously his experience is well documented, and Coach Guerreri is really smart and does an excellent job preparing the back end. And so obviously I've known Tim for a long time and what he's done with the corners, and Coach Patricia to all of it. So I think we work really well together. I think it's been a fun process to kind of get in a rhythm from spring through summer, and our guys are playing fast. I mean, it's perfect, but our guys are playing really fast right now.
What do you remember from getting ready for those Texas games, 20 years ago, and kind of the
It's been 20 years.
Early in the season?
Gosh, has it really been 20 years? I remember getting in Ted Ginn Jr.'s way on a kick return. I was an up back, and I think there's a photo. I'm sure y'all can't wait to find it. But he's running right behind me on my kick return. He was way faster than me, so I should have gotten out of his way. He may have housed it. I just remember, like, how crazy the shoe was. My freshman year in 2005. Remember, like, the Texas O-line, sometimes they were walking up to the line of scrimmage. Tim, you probably remember. You were like, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it, make an age joke. But they were, like, trying to pump up the crowd almost when they were on offense. Like, there was such a swag that game had. Like, those are two. I mean, that season had some really good football teams. I say all the time, like, the 2005 team I was a part of was maybe one of the most talented, if not the most talented, that I played on. And we lost to Texas at home in a 2-minute drive. I mean, you talk about the what-ifs there I'm not going to bring them up. You guys have already documented those. The what-ifs in that game, losing in Happy Valley. And then you beat Notre Dame. Like, you look around the country, and Penn State where they were ranked, and Notre Dame was a dang good football team. And then USC and Texas, there's some really good football teams. So it's kind of like you just got unlucky with the year and kind of how it fell. And then 2006 going down there, I just remember, like, in both games, the pageantry around it is why college football is so beautiful. Like, amidst everything, it's 1 versus 2, it's Texas, it's Ohio State, it's the history, it's the burnt orange, it's the scarlet and gray, and you're like, what else do you want? It's all the eyes are on it. And so I think Coach Day's done a really good job preparing our guys to, like, visualize that now. Don't wait till game week, but visualize it now. Like, visualize RVs out there, visualize tailgating, visualize hearing the band practicing, and kind of getting your mind right for that, what that's going to be like.
James, thank you very much.
Yep.
Call you and do a pregame promo.
We'll finish with Sonny here as soon as we get him. Yeah, nothing tomorrow. Come back, running backs Friday.
You're the guy. Most weeks we you. I know nothing. Every other school. Oh, wait a minute. You're stealing his role. What do they call him? They call him Sergeant Schultz.
It is.
Sergeant Schultz.
Good fit. Hard not to want to go be.
I don't even know how before you. I think it is so possible, if not true, that a White House has never measured up to that.
Every day.
They lost a lot, which is
That was probably also the best whiteout team.
And then I take Advil and I'm okay. Before I come here.
Yeah.
so. I took that. Lost 10 Advil since 15, so we can beat it. Prior bumper was trying to counteract because otherwise they get Delaware Clark was in my Maggie's get ready class. He showed up on the first day.
I would say I just feel like I'm reacting faster right now, playing faster. I think it's showing up on tape. You can see me flying around the field. So I think that just comes with more reps, more confidence. So yeah, it's been a pretty good camp so far. Yeah, the time flies by for sure. It feels just like yesterday. I was I was like starting nickel with Jordan Hancock and stuff. So now I'm playing linebacker. But I'm glad where I'm at. I think everything happened for a reason. I would say mentally, just understanding the game. He's always had the physical attributes, but him being able to understand the game and play fast and use those physical attributes, I think sometimes we don't understand the game. It can kind of hold you back, and you're not able to show like your true potential. So he's been having a great camp as well.
When did you see that? You two together? What have it been like you two playing together now in Matt Patricia's system?
Yeah, it's been good. You got two big, fast, strong linebackers. They do a lot of different stuff on the field, so excited to see what Coach Patricia can do with us this year. But I think he has a lot of confidence in our room.
I asked you a couple weeks ago about Riley at Big Media Days, and talking about the physical readiness and everything. Where have you seen him grow mentally since the spring that makes you think that he might be ready to play?
Man, I think when you're a young guy, you make a lot of mistakes, and he's really been cutting those down. He took a huge jump from the spring, so he's been figuring stuff out. He's starting to understand stuff, understand what's going on. And, you can see he's starting to have more confidence as he goes.
Were you part of that process of wanting him to get the black stripe off? And did you have any input in that?
I don't get too much to say. I'm not that important. But I'm just happy to see he's doing well.
You were named to the Freaks list earlier this week. Do you feel like Arvell should have been on there with you?
Yeah, he's an amazing athlete. We got a lot of guys that should have been on there. But, he's a crazy athlete. You can go look at the numbers. But it is what it is, I guess.
What kind of difference maker can he be?
I think he's the kind of guy he can do, basically anything on the field, whatever you want. So, he could be one of the top defensive players in the country, honestly. So we'll see how it goes.
How different does he look to you from a couple of years ago? Just physically.
I don't know. When he's a freshman, he was 6'4", 230. So he's 244, but he's a little bigger. But I just think the biggest thing I notice now is just how confident he is. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows what's going on. Things like stuff like that. So I think that's the biggest difference.
When did that click for him? Like you mentioned the confidence, the mental side. Do you remember kind of when you saw him kind of take that leap?
Probably towards like the middle to end of last year. He started figuring stuff out, and then took a huge jump in the spring. So yeah, he's been doing a really good job. So I'm excited for him.
When you talk about all the different things that you and Arvell can do, how big is it to have a third guy like Peyton Pierce who can also get on the field and do different things for you guys?
Yeah, Peyton's awesome. I think our linebacker room, we got a lot of great players. Peyton's one of them. He's smart. He's reliable. He's a great football player. So he's probably one of the better tacklers on our team. He just has a great understanding of the defense for him to be so young. I think his knowledge of the game is like that of like someone who's a senior or junior that's been playing for 2, 3, 4 years. So he's gonna help us a lot this year.
What does it mean to see a guy like that who's trying to establish a role and get some more playing time? What does it mean to see him get an Iron Buckeye?
It's awesome. I was one of the people that voted for him to get it because he works hard. He does things right. He says the right things to his teammates. He knows how to encourage and things like that. So he's a high character guy. So I was really surprised when he got it, but it's awesome. We got a good room. I'm really excited about our LB room.
How do you feel like Peyton compliments you and Arvell?
I think we got such a talented that we compete, and you always stay on your toes. You never relax. So I think he pushes us to keep getting better. We have days we come out here. Maybe I make a bunch of plays. The next day, Arvell's making a bunch of plays. Then it's Peyton. Then some days it's all three of us. So just always pushing each other and competing. And I think you kind of see that across the board with our entire defense.
You're a senior now. Does that seem just hard to believe that you're a senior?
Yeah, it feels a little weird. The 4 years definitely flew by, but excited for this last year and excited to leave my mark.
Two more questions, folks.
Showing you guys the former All-Americans, kind of giving guys history on those. You obviously being a guy who grew up here, how many of them did you already know? How many are you learning?
I was familiar with, I think, basically all of them. I didn't know like all the history on all of them, like where they played in the NFL, but I heard all their names. I don't think there's any of them I didn't really know about, honestly.
Do you see other guys really learning?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like a kid like Riley Pettyjohn from Texas, like what does he know about? Like he doesn't know who Randy Gradishar is. Like he doesn't know that. He doesn't know he's a Hall of Famer and stuff like that, or Pepper Johnson, stuff like that. So it's cool. I think Coach Laurinaitis does a good job of teaching us about the tradition and the excellence that's came through Ohio State. He has us go in there and sing the fight song. We're singing Buckeye swag, stuff like that. Just making sure we know everything what it means to be a Buckeye.
Does Riley think Lorenzo Styles is a really good defensive back? What's he talking about?
Yeah, he knows a little about. He had the chance to meet him with him the other day, so it was pretty funny. But yeah, Riley's great. I'd say improvement. I say confidence. You can see they got nastiness to them. They got a chip on their shoulder, something to prove, and the guys up front have been making a lot of plays. So I'm excited for them.
Sonny, really quick, I'm working on a feature this year over here. How do you feel about the new picks? Do you like them? Do you not like them?
Obviously the night games are a different atmosphere. I will say for players, like you get out, you get up, you go, you get it over with quick. You don't have to wait around all day. Sometimes that can suck, but there's nothing like a night game in the shoe. I will say that. Everyone remembers we played Tennessee. That night game was just electric. Or I remember being a freshman where we were all black and we played Wisconsin, like stuff like that. Those atmospheres there's nothing really like it.
Yeah, thank you, Sonny.
Sonny, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Hey, folks, we need to start to move on out of here because they've got to bring some construction equipment for some speakers, etc. They just want, yeah. Work today? I'm assuming it did because